Geek Class. Hi, my name is Anna, and I'm a singer.
Hi, my name is Peyton, and I'm a dancer.
And today, what are we doing today?
Today, we are back with another very exciting comeback reaction. CIX is having a comeback today.
Yes, so CIX is back today with their new song called Wave, and obviously we have watched all of the teasers in advance, like the ones that started coming out like as of even an entire month ago, because this is their first full-length album. Wow! And also the start of a new series. We're really excited, so let's just go.
Go!
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're like space explorers or something.
Yeah, like space. But on a boat?
Yeah. Well, don't they say astronauts are like sailors in space?
He's so cute!
I know.
Yeah, but we mean different things when we say that.
Shh.
Flexing. Ooh, he flexing.
Oh, the Balenciaga? Oh. Do, 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 do. In the background. Wow. Estelle. What is he pulling?
Is he pulling the boat or something?
Oh, was he? Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe it just sits there.
Just chilling. He's doing a photo shoot. I like the little do-do-dos in the background. What is that? Oh. Huh? Oh. Oh, this is still. Yeah, snaps. Oh,
It's
the
so
Northern
pretty.
Lights. Oh, the brrrr. Yeah, it's very like outer space right now. I meant in the music. What? Oh?
Their cinematography is always beautiful.
It's like Moana.
What did you find?
Oh?
Who's in the astronaut?
What?
What?
Oh?
So, starting off, I just want to say, I just really loved it.
Yes, most constructive comment ever.
I had to start there. I'm just so proud. Like, really, they take on all of these meaningful topics and then they try all of these new styles every single comeback, and they always do so well. And I'm just so proud. My little fix heart, can you tell this morning? I'm just like, talking a little bit about the dance. So I will say it is a lot stronger than what I was expecting for a song called Wave and for a summer comeback, because I think when you hear the word wave in August, you're like, oh, it's gonna be fun, it's gonna be bright, it's gonna be bouncy, lots of like body rolling, loose, flowy. No, not really. I mean, there are still obviously like waves, like body rolls in their bodies, and they do have moments of release, but as a whole, it's a lot stronger and a lot more grounded than I was expecting for a song called Wave. But I'm not mad about it, because when you actually read the lyrics and think about the meaning of the song and like overcoming hardships and we'll get to the other side of the wave, like we can get through this, it makes a lot more sense, because it's sort of like when you're on a boat, or this is what it made me think of. It's like when you're on a boat and there is like the rocking, the crashing, and you have to sort of like set yourself and ground yourself, like you take wider stances, that sort of thing. That's what I was thinking of. But so just a couple of standout things about the dance. The first was dynamics. So many dynamics. And when I say that, I mean not everything is being done at the same level of energy or like the same speed, even within the same movement. So the best example of that is every move that they do on the word wave, on that like because it's just so good. Like the very first one, when Bebe is singing, I literally think my breath caught. I was like, wow! It starts off, so they're doing a circle, like hinge backwards with their bodies, but they sort of hit into the movement and you can sort of feel the impact, and then they sustain it for a split second and then speed up and pull it back around. All within the same movement. That's 3 different dynamic levels. I'm being totally serious right now, but I seem like I'm not. And that like just makes it so much more interesting than just doing it like at one speed. And I think it also helps convey the meaning of the song better. The floor work section at the beginning of the last chorus too, it's so brief, like it's not that many movements, but it was so impactful. The body positioning there was so impactful, because they're down on their knee, and when they say wave, they do like wave backwards, and they let their knee drag across the floor, so they're also moving and elongating their bodies, but then their arm is going the opposite way, and then their leg is also making a wave shape on the floor. And it just reminded me of like the different like crashing into different ways. That moment is probably my favorite moment in the entire dance. It's like 4 counts of movement. Also, there's more turns in this one, and we all know that I love turns, and we all know that I love when CIX does turns, because they spot their heads, they start together, they end together, their body positioning is clean, they're upright. And then the last thing about the dance I wanted to say was I really liked the formations as well, because originally CIX does tend to move around a lot in their formations. I mean, there's only 5 of them, so they really do highlight the members, but the way they were moving around this time specifically felt a lot more like weaving and a lot more of like the up and down motion because of the movements they would shift formations on. So you were really getting that like feeling of being on the sea, like crashing waves. I really enjoyed the dance a lot. The live stage is really good. Also, they're really fantastic performers. Also, the cinematography of this music video is stunning as always, and they all just looked really good and really cute. Anna's turn.
Okay, so it's time for my comments, and literally the first thing that I wrote down in my notes as soon as we finished watching the music video was, all caps, "Is my math child okay?" And then after that, it was just a bunch of sad faces. Basically, if you don't know, I lovingly have given Yonghi the nickname of my math child. Moving on from that, even though I am very concerned. This concept, I think, is like so perfect, because I know that it's been something that I personally as a Fix have been waiting for like a very long time, because ever since I saw their relay dance cover of SHINee's Replaying and then the Muyappo, people have been like, oh, they should do a Changnan concept. Refreshing concept? Is that what you would say? I don't
Yeah, I would say refreshing. That's how it's usually translated.
And like cinema was kind of that, but not exactly that. But this is like exactly that. It just makes me really happy, and like it suits them so well. To talk about the actual song now, the beginning, they have like all like the intro like lead and sounds. It's a lot of just playful percussion, like you hear snaps a lot, but then you hear like a little clink here and a little clinking line there. They have the really not intense but like more grounded bass line that you hear, which made me think of like when you were saying that the dance is more grounded than you would expect. I really think it's that bass line, because it's like the boo boo, which is like the widened stance. Also in the song, you hear a lot of synth usage, which isn't surprising, but a lot of the synths that they're using are very open. They make you think of like shining lights, or like when they're layered, it has that effect of like an underwater feeling. I always talk about like, yeah, in a video game when you go underwater, but like that's sort of what it is in the song, which makes sense because it's called Wave. They're out sailing in the ocean. But I wanted to explain one thing. When the second chorus came on, I was like, oh, this is new. The first chorus doesn't have that thunder section that they do, so they only do it in the second chorus on, which could be interpreted in many ways. Like, it's not uncommon for the first chorus versus second chorus for there to be a difference between like one little section, but the choice to do it second chorus on, I'm like, oh, it's the storyline because like they're out on the water now and like facing hardships and something happens to Yoonghee. The specific main chorus line though, the Go Beyond the Wave, that line is really interesting because one, it starts on the 3 of the measure, the song 4/4 time. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It enters on beat 3 of the measure, which is a very early pickup because usually pickups for a line will be like a quarter note and eighth note before, but this one is literally 2 whole beats before. And I would say that it is a pickup instead of just like starting the line halfway through the measure because of the function of that part. Go beyond the in the line is the pickup. That section is ascending, like ascending in pitch, and then the just goes down a little bit. That sort of like lead up ascending is like a pickup. There's the long rest, and then the word wave doesn't come in until 3 of the next measure. So like that's a very long rest period basically in the middle of this song, the chorus line. What this made me think of is the ascending Go Beyond the is like the building up of a wave, and then the rest is like when it's finally cresting a little bit, that like silence moment, and then the wave when it finally comes down is like especially because in the music too, you hear like in the background with the instruments as well, they add to that effect, like it cuts out in the silence and then they all come back in on the wave, so it adds to that crashing effect even more. In typical CIX fashion for their song, they do have a lot of like ad-libs towards the end for the final chorus, so many ad-libs, but I think I've decided that my favorite little detail in this song is the little synth in the background, like the doo-doo-doo line that happens only in the second half of the pre-chorus. Lastly, the ending is an echo ending. Echo means that it gets like stated again, which is like in the storyline, like when you shout something out into like the vast expanse of the unknown and it like echoes out. Alright, now I'm done. I also really liked it. Cool.
Anna gives me a hard time for talking for 4.5 minutes. Also, Anna!
But it is my turn to TLDR, so TLDR for this reaction is CIX is finally back today with their new song Wave and their first full-length album, which is super exciting. They finally did a fitting for summer, but in the CIX style, changnam, refreshing concept, with once again a music video that has beautiful cinematography, an amazing dance, an amazing song that all match together in perfect harmony, and we love them.
But that being said, if you also love CIX, if you also love this release and are super proud of them and everything that they always accomplish and want to talk with us more about it, please do. We're so ready. And you can find us on our socials, which I linked in the cards. And if you enjoyed this reaction video, then please like, comment, subscribe, turn on your notification bell, and bye!